part 3 of the full-time banter show. My name is Tarek.
I'm still Liam. I'm Riz.
And this is the Fantasy League section.
Yes!
Ow! Yes!
Get in!
Alright, so football is back. Excellent. Thumbs up. Fantasy League is back. 2 thumbs up. Yeah.
Lock in them teams.
Oh yeah.
Is that Typhoid TV getting to T? 2 thumbs
2
fresh.
thumbs fresh. So good to have Fantasy League back, and especially when it was an awesome week. How did you guys do? Good, bad, indifferent?
Go on, Liam. You weren't here last week, so
Yeah.
I'll keep giving you the head start. Come on, mate.
Cheers, man. Yeah, I did alright. I was quite happy. I did a last minute. Tarek kept asking me and going, Liam, I want to put this up on Twitter. What's your team going to be? I said, I don't know, mate. Just put up whatever's on there. I'm just going to go completely mental, like an hour before, like I normally do.
And
On the team,
system
not myself. Like I'm pretty calm. I'm all right now. The voices in my head say I am. I put Richarlison in as a very, very last
Good
minute.
move.
Snuck him in, and then he did the business for me.
Yeah.
Substitutes bench wise, Jones didn't play, so I maybe need to look there.
Yeah.
There's something different. I want to try and keep it in United, just for the potential clean sheets. Although T says they might be a bit more leaky this season, but it meant that Wan-Bissaka came in, did well, got me 12 points. Neves on the bench, no way in for him, which was a bit of a shame because he did get 12 points, but whether he can maintain that. Disappointments. Eriksen's captain. Like I said,
Why?
I said before,
Why?
they're playing Newcastle. Should have done all right.
Oh no.
Should have
but-
done all right.
Should have, would have, could
Should
have.
have.
After Salah's World Cup, would he have still been first game on him?
Ericsson.
Yeah.
I would have said Ericsson
Salah
also
or
because he was
Eriksen?
playing for Denmark and coming in earlier back from the World Cup, and then obviously the
Well, we
others
said that in part 1 of the football session, we did say Eriksen was the central.
likeliest to play.
He did, everything went through him, and he did very well, but the rest of the Spurs weren't
It
great.
depends.
No. So he
Yeah,
let me
so-
down a bit there. Nobody getting on the end of anything, and or one of his balls and putting them away. For me, Aguero did nothing. Bernardo Silva swapped the Silva boys around, got rid of
Yeah.
David, put in Bernardo. Came through for me there, so that worked out quite well. Zaha did okay. Just wanted a little bit more from a couple of players. Salah did well, but then pretty much everybody's got him
Got
in their
no
team.
bonus points. Yeah, because of his couple of his misses, one-on-one miss, and he had something else as well. The pass has gone astray. He didn't get any bonus points, which is frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, Riz.
Yeah, I think I was fairly satisfied. I mean, to be honest with you, I shot myself in the foot because 2, 3, 4 days, 5 days, I was just toying about with promoted players, new signings, new this team, that team, this team. No, normally I have a settled team before, and I was just taking a mick, and it kind of serves me right because some of the changes I made in the last hour, not even the last hour, last 10, 15 minutes when I was saying to Tarek, I was saying, Tarek, it's not letting me log in, it's the system is so
Yeah, and there's like Riz's 4.9 million people trying to log into their service.
Panicking.
I know, and I finished work and I was just like, right, okay, I'm going to just get on a kind of one of those things. But, boy, was I wrong. And then in the end, I just about clicked save. I didn't choose the players that I possibly would have wanted to because I was going to go for Richarlison. I had Mane and I took him out and I was talking about possibly having similar teams. But midfield-wise, I did alright. The only one who let me down was Sessegnon. He didn't do too well. Defensively, I was very good. Edison was there, Mendy was there, Robertson was there. The only one who wasn't so good was Coleman at Everton because he conceded 2 goals. Had I had Wan-Bissaka, I would have had 12 points, so replace him for that. Up front, dire performance to be honest with you. I had Raul Jimenez of Wolves on the bench. He scored. Marko Arnautovic, and the other one up front was another player of some sort. He wasn't that great. Anyway. Lacazette, 9.5, and to be honest with you, he never really performed because he didn't start. He came on for like 60th minute. I was praying and hoping that don't start him, don't put him on, because I had me one auto sub. I'm thinking that'll come on, but it didn't. But there are some options for me now. Moving forward, so I don't think I'm going to make any changes game week wise because only thing I was going to do was possibly change my striker, Lacazette, but that was a bit like, hang on a minute, after Chelsea they've got decent fixtures, but it's whether Emery's going to play him starting. So if it's worth it, let's see.
There's a couple of takeaways from that. We'll talk about that after I've gone through my team. What points did you say you finished on, Liam?
Me, think around the 69 mark.
69.
I think
74.
I think around there.
74, which is pretty good. The average,
55.
53,
Was it 53?
53 was the average,
Okay.
which is high.
Yeah, for the first week.
Yeah, for a game week 1, this is incredibly high. If you got anything over 50 points, fantastic week. But be warned of is this is your first season, you don't get points like this every single week. They're going to be lower. If you normally, you should be aiming for 50 points. If you get anywhere near 50, that's a good week.
Every week,
Yeah.
yeah.
So for these crazy people to be getting 70, 80, 90, and the ones who played there, we were talking about the bench boost chip, who completely went maverick and played
90s,
bench
100s,
boost.
into the 100s,
Got
yeah.
into the 100,
Sunday, yeah.
130. It's ridiculous.
Oh, you know what, Tariq? Very, very bold moves.
Yeah.
You know, was it brave? Was it not? Was it even sensible? Do we even need a rule for that in place? I know we talk about rules.
Because this is it. This is not standard for game week 1.
That's what I'm saying. So like one of the rules normally is for fantasy football league is don't be like knee-jerk reaction
Yeah.
using your buttons early on with your tokens that you've got,
Yeah.
so your bench boost and stuff like that. Triple captain. There were certain people who even use triple captain. Now, I
On
know
Luke Shaw. Did you see that guy's team?
Yeah.
One guy, triple captain Luke Shaw, but then the rest of his team did nothing.
So you got that.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
no.
rest of his team was
It was
shocking.
interesting though. It was interesting. It was
Yeah.
interesting. What was yours all about, T?
Mine was fantastic, I've got to say. Fantastic. I'm really, really pleased. I got 85 points.
Yeah.
83
85,
85 points. So I'm up there in our league. Fantastic start. That is the best game week start I have ever had.
For a long, long time.
Forever. I've been playing this game about 7 years, I think. About 7 years, and this is the best start.
You know what happens, Liam? This is what happens when you swap up and read books and bedtime
Exactly,
reading.
yes.
Gives us all those spreadsheets and
I dream of spreadsheets.
Or we just-
Yes.
we
Okay.
just delete.
Anyway, yes, I had a fantastic week. The takeaways from the week were the fullbacks. 9 fullbacks got double digit
Double
figures.
digits. Double digits.
Yeah.
So for me, Begovic and goal got me 6. Robertson and Mendy just
Were
went
fantastic.
nuts. Yeah. Bailly was the only one who let me down. United failed to keep a clean sheet, which in week part 1 I did mention. I don't think United are going to have the same amount of clean sheets, and De Gea is not going to be the superstar he was last season.
We shall
Yeah,
wait and see.
We shall see about that. Midfield, yes, Salah did the business. Mane, I got in, I tripled up on Liverpool, tripled up on City. You should have done that too. They all did it.
Do what you
The only,
guys
basically,
think,
the only ones who didn't do anything were the strikers across the board.
yeah.
Zaha scored but then got a yellow card, so he got me 5 points, so I let Zaha
Yeah.
off. But strikers, all of them blanked, didn't they, basically?
It was a very much
Yeah.
defence heavy, midfield heavy points.
Which is what we've been talking about in the earlier weeks, that the defences have been tipped, 4 and 5 man defences.
Yeah.
And that proved to be true.
And there's
at
some
least
real
in game
gems in
one.
there as well.
And on the other side of that coin, we keep talking about the death of the third striker. This quote that's keep coming out, and maybe it's coming true now because none of the strikers did anything. I mean, Aguero should have at least got an assist.
Should have
scored that goal. The others, Lacazette, looked lively but not given enough time.
Yeah.
I think he will in a different system.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I was hoping he was going to play with 2 up front with Aubameyang and Lacazette because I think pre-season both of them linked up.
He may do, but because it would have been City and then
Well, that's what I'm
Chelsea.
saying. First game of his
Yeah.
season, you never know. Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, really good week overall for me. Really good week in. We're going to talk about our league, the full-time Banter League. We've got some fantastic entrants and some not so fantastic ones. But I just want to talk about a couple of those takeaway lessons from game week 1. Is the fullbacks, the defenders gave attacking returns, fantastic. Strikers did not much at all. Midfields were okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to point out there is a lot of the talk on the community at the moment regarding fantasy football league is a lot of people are starting to make changes
Yeah.
in regards with defensive changes, taking out attackers. And I'm already hearing that people are taking like -8 points just to fit in like a 4 or
Stupid.
5
Yes. Don't do
man
it.
defence. Now the only problem that you're going to have is, well, not the only problem, but one of the major problems that you're going to have is if you're not looking at your fixtures and you're just going off, this guy got 12 points, this guy got 11 points, because
Yeah.
Prices are increasing, which we've seen and which we've said
We've
before.
already said
Now,
don't do that.
If your fixtures are basically going to look like they're going to end up conceding,
Yeah.
you've just kind
Wasted,
of shot
yeah,
yourself in the
you've-
foot.
exactly,
You've wasted
yeah.
that, because as good as they are attacking defensively, they're going to let you down. So be mindful. Watch that trap.
Because I mean, I heard straight after the final whistle on Friday night, United's game, 3,000 people got Luke Shaw in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very knee jerk.
Yeah, you know, do not make knee-jerk decisions. Luke Shaw, let's take him as a point example. He's not played more than 11 games in any season at United.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
That was his first goal ever in his life.
First career goal, yeah.
Yeah. And Mourinho doesn't like him. So I can guarantee you, if you're one of the people who's brought him in, you're going to be taking him out sooner rather than later.
Well,
yeah?
let's hope that's not the case. But I think for the price, it's not a bad shout.
There's
give
better
what we say.
options, I think. Personally, I'm looking at Bailly. If you're week 2, Bailly can't keep a clean sheet against Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves to go start packing shelves in Tesco.
Well, it depends. Let's see.
But yeah, Chelsea is the other defence I'm looking into. 5.5 and get Louise for that.
Well, I thought you said before the fantasy football teams were finalised, Chelsea are looking very suspect at the back. I can't trust this Chelsea team. I'm not going to get any Chelsea players.
The
tune has changed, hasn't it?
What I'm saying is, I've not said it out loud, is after these first 2 weeks, because I know what my plan I'd said was that in Gameweek 2 I was going to transfer Zaha for Arnautovic, but then last week I said, well, I'll see how Zaha does, and he's done enough for me.
Yeah.
He's done enough. I think even Crystal Palace have got Liverpool next. I think we're away to them.
Yes.
So I can see that being a tight win.
Monday night football, that is, by the way.
Yeah, I can see that being a tight, difficult win for Liverpool, but we will concede. So
Hodgson sets up his teams really well. I know we talked about that before as well. The other thing I'm going to ask you though, and I'm not kind of being difficult with you, yeah? So based on what you said,
Be like this, would it be?
no,
Sorry.
it wouldn't. But no, because like you just mentioned there, you're thinking of Bailly. If he doesn't keep a clean sheet, you're gonna potentially get it, whether that's mind games or whether it's genuine. But you did say you're gonna stick to a 3-week philosophy where you keep players in for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yes.
So does that mean that certain players within your team, you're gonna make exceptions, that you're gonna go a week early?
Only because of these first 2 game weeks, because I'm rolling my transfer. So I'm making no changes this week.
Okay.
Yeah, no changes, even despite Sessegnon and Mitrovic only giving me 2 points back each. Fulham I quite liked.
I like Fulham. I thought they played really, really well.
They were
unlucky.
It was Hennessy.
Hennessy kept
Yes.
Crystal Palace in it.
Otherwise they would have had a goal. Mitrovic looked really lively. And Sessegnon, fair enough, maybe not as much, but their managers come out today and said, listen, we're going to have a goal against Spurs as well.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what?
Yeah.
Listen, Newcastle, the way they played against Spurs, and if Fulham, who I believe is a better footballing team, and then
they could get something. So
possibly.
that's why. So I'm banking my transfer. I'm going to have 2 transfers next week.
Yeah.
So I'll see where I stand.
Likewise, I'm thinking the same.
I always like to have 2. Although to be honest, like I said about Jones, I might be getting him out. So
I think.
To be honest with you, I might even just put him on the bench.
You never know. This is it. You might just try him next week.
yeah.
Or just move Neves up further up on the.
How many defenders have you started with? 3 or 4?
3. Yeah, 3.
So potentially look at changing one from your midfield and then.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tariq. So that sounds fairly reasonable in terms of what you're
Yeah.
saying. And I know you said you're going to talk about the other guys in our league and stuff like that. So fire away. Who have you got? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I really like our league because I go through it and I'm looking at the team names and they're fantastic. I'm going to move on to that. I love some of the team names in there, and even some of the people's names. Yeah, because we've got people from all over the world, literally.
So thank you for joining, guys.
Everyone who's joined, whether you joined via Twitter at Fulltime Banter 7 or whether you joined through our messages and watching the YouTube channel. Leave us a comment below if you've got any questions for Fantasy League. We've got somebody who's messaged in. We'll deal with that. But like, share, subscribe, please. How's it standing in the league? We have got
about 102 representatives, haven't we?
about 100 because
It's
I've
over
not
100.
bothered going through counting yet because it's still people are on.
I think because
similar
the last
rankings.
one, when I looked at it, it gives you obviously if you've got like same points, they'll say you like join 15 whatever.
Yeah.
But then when I've gone to the very last page, because it takes us up to the third page, it does say 102.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you
Have
very
you got
much. Over
100?
100
Thank you, guys.
people, and don't forget the winner is going to win a Premier League shirt of their choice.
Yes.
So, what happened in the league this week then? Well, I'm going to start with the bottom first, unfortunately. Yeah, because it's a friend of mine, Subhan Bashir from Rochdale again. Yes, the Rochdale
The
connection.
Rochdale boys making all the
Yes.
noise.
With his team, Hasty Ents FC. I don't know if that's an anagram for something.
Thought it meant pasty, to be honest with you.
Hasty Ents.
Pasty.
But either way, your team, Subhan, is absolutely shocking. I don't know if you've picked these names out of a hat.
And this isn't even auto pick.
It isn't, no.
Because auto pick would have given you better teams than the one
Would have given you a better-
one that's picked.
But basically, Subhan with Hasty Ents FC managed a measly 36 points in a week where there were rich pickings.
And the average was 53.
Yeah, so below average, yeah. So you need some major surgery. What I would suggest for you, if you're paying attention, is first of all, don't let your son pick your team for you in future. Second,
Is that what happened?
make two, I don't know, I'm guessing, I'm having a guess, he's got a young son, something
Bless
went
him.
on, yeah, but basically, 2 transfers this week, 2 transfers next week, so you're going to have to take the -4 hits and get some better players.
There's, to be honest with you, Tarek, sorry to cut you short
yeah.
there, yeah. I think personally within that team, first and foremost, what he needs to do is get a stable midfield.
Oh yeah,
The defence is fine. I have no issues with that defence.
it's the midfield, isn't it? Yeah.
Bellerin will probably come good. I mean, obviously, given the first fixture against City, that was difficult. Yeah. Burnley generally do good. They're
Both
really
me and
well.
Tarkovsky did very well.
And Van Dijk there, and he's got Schmeichel in there, so that's probably not a bad shout. Listen, you can get a back keeper, but in terms of not losing
Midfield
points,
needs work.
in
doesn't it?
midfield, De Bruyne,
Is he out injured now for a few months, is he?
2 to 4 months possibly.
And this again, just if I can butt in there.
Yeah.
A point on knee-jerk reactions again. 24,000 or 42,000, I forget which way around. Subbed in
KDB.
Yeah.
3 days
After
before.
the weekend, yes. So 20. Let's call it a middle. 30,000 people out there brought Kevin De Bruyne in. Didn't wait like we suggested till the end of the week before the deadline to see where everyone stands with injuries and suspensions. And lo and behold, he's got injured. So 30,000 people have now taken a -4 hit.
-4.
Yeah.
However, having said that, I think in a way it's a blessing for them because he's at 10 million KDB. Now there's options. Obviously, we talked about Mane. One of the options are going for a double up in midfield. We've talked about the likes of Sterling coming back in, who's obviously 11 million. But if you're going to be doing surgery, for example, like in this instance with Subhan with his team, he may want to consider like either taking one of those hits where he's -12 points at least minimum.
I'd have to disagree with you. I have to
Minus
disagree
12 is
with
a
you.
lot. 12
Yeah.
is a lot.
He's already behind and then he's going to
He
be another
is.
12 points behind.
However, my mindset on this, anyway, just hear me out, okay? My mindset for Subhan, the reason why I'm saying this is, for example, you're going to look at what freedom of money that you've got around you, yeah? But not only that, you're going to be able to choose 3 players who've got relatively decent fixtures,
Fair enough.
right? And on the basis of that, you're then going to be able to bank a transfer for the following week. So even if you took 8 points, like you say, -8, -4, whatever, whichever way you want to do it, following week he's going to take minus points anyway. So he's going to accumulate that. So what I'm saying is try and get it in one hit, try and accumulate those points back within one hit, and then the following week, depending on how they perform within that week, you've still got a change.
I would agree with you for a seasoned player, for somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. For somebody who's clearly a beginner, I would not recommend that.
This is
Because
why.
Here's a scenario: he takes a -12
Yeah.
and brings in another raft of players who aren't doing
Well,
very well.
this is why you need to get in touch, Subhan. You need to get in touch,
Yeah.
and we shall give you, my friend, we shall give you the advice.
Hook me up, Subhan, yeah, give me a ring.
Yeah, man. Because listen, he's in this situation.
Yeah.
What's the worst that's going to happen? It's only week 2. Yeah, he can claw it back And that's the way I'm looking
That's
at
true,
it for him.
yeah, he could.
That's the way I'm looking at it
he
for him.
could.
So,
We'll have to see, because
have belief, my friend, have belief.
Saban, I thought you knew your football a bit better than that. He's an Arsenal fan, randomly, yeah. So, but I don't know. That's hence the captainship on Aubameyang there.
This is a bit heavy there in
Yeah.
strike as well with Aguero and Aubameyang.
Yeah.
22 million just in strike.
But anyway, other end of the table, Ben Sita with his team, Wenger in. Wenger or Wenger? I will never know.
Wenger in. And you know what? Both Arsenal fans by the sounds of it.
Yeah, it does sound
So
like
what were you,
yeah.
Saban? Wenger out or Wenger in?
Well, this is Wenger in by Ben Sita, and he's sitting
Pretty at the
yeah,
top.
Yes, sitting at the
Top of the table.
top table, number one with a fantastic team. His backline is the same as mine, including his goalkeeper.
Yes, Beckham.
He captained Mane, so he's gone Salahless. He's got no Salah.
Which shows, even to be honest with you, a very, very shrewd move and one that's paid off. Very brave.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mane is his go-to man. He's got Richarlison. He's got Aguero. This is a debate for game week 2. Who do you captain in game week 2? Aguero.
There's 4 or 5 options
Yeah,
there.
so we'll look at that. But yeah, strikers did nothing basically.
One thing, and by the looks of Ben's team, and I'm guessing Ben knows what he's doing with the way he's put his team up. But the only criticism I would have of this team is Morata. Why on earth would you go for Morata, given all the talk beforehand, given his performance, given what we know about Chelsea and the way they set up, and obviously he's got options there. You could have gone with Aguero and Tosun up front, yeah, and then
you won't put 9.5 on the bench, would you?
no, but I'm saying 9 minutes. You wouldn't. If you were going to play,
elsewhere.
if you were going to have that player, then possibly maybe choose a different player. Maybe have Zaha 7 million, save yourself 2 million, go somewhere else. You know, with that's the only criticism I'd have of that team, because you would have probably got away had you put like even Neves or Wan-Bissaka from your bench on there, because you'd been under 15 points potentially.
So well done, Ben, on that. Top of the table this week. Let's see if we can continue that, and I'll be curious to see if you stick with Mane for captainship for next week. But yes, what was I going to say? I was just going to talk about something. The Wan-Bissaka and the Neves thing on the bench. Again, people taking hits to get those players in. But are you going to play? I've got, we've all got Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, we all got Wan-Bissaka.
We all got Neves as well.
I haven't got it. I took him out. I put in Maddison instead.
I had him at one point. But are you going to play Wan-Bissaka next game week?
Against Liverpool? I doubt it.
No.
Personally.
Right. So why?
Personally speaking, because even though attacking wise he might be brilliant, he might get an assist, he might even get a goal. Defensively, I can't see Liverpool not scoring. Being frankly open and honest with you there. And if I was, for example, to captain Salah, then I wouldn't want Wan-Bissaka there, because it defeats the object of having two opposites.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Unless,
why get Wan-Bissaka?
Unless you're getting him in for future games, because we know that he will play.
But
then there's no rush to get him in.
But
there is
what you could potentially do is save 2 transfers.
Yeah. But anyway, thoughts for the day. We'll have our debate about the captain right at the end. But next, I want to go about, like I was mentioning about the names in the league, fantastic names. So we'll come up with a little thing about picking our 3 favourite names of all the teams in the full-time Banter League. Yeah. Too late to enter now, so I'm not going to give out the code anymore. It won't be on screen. It's already started. So some fantastic names. Alex McDonald, before we start, he got in touch and he said, when I sent this message out, he said both yours, meaning myself, and Riz's team names are brilliant, he thinks. Sorry, Liam.
What's your team name?
My team name is Lingardium Leviosa, which is
very good.
Yeah, I thought that, and I jumped for joy, and I went, get in.
Yes, yeah.
And it didn't even reference it. Alex,
Our full-time Banter 7.
My other option.
See what you think.
My other option was Titus Brambledore.
Yes.
So if you
Harry Potter link.
If you've got any,
No, the first one.
Titus Bramble's a bit of
when we were planning this then, I thought, I couldn't think of any of the Harry Potter related football puns to squeeze in. So if you've got any Harry Potter football, fantasy football team names, Alex, I would love to hear them.
That'd be
my
good.
friend.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
Or anybody out there,
Wingardium
not just
Leviosa, I thought was really
Yeah,
good.
Wingardium Leviosa.
It's
Yeah,
probably
Hopefully-
difficult to pronounce it.
Hopefully it lifts me up the table as well.
but he likes it. Maybe it's just because he knows us too.
Yeah.
So Riz, remind us what your team's called again.
Mine is Peaky Blinders, or PK Blinders.
PK.
PK, as in Gerard Piqué Blinders, but Peaky Blinders, everybody likes Peaky Blinders, don't they? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And mine is a false 9.
9.
He's gone for like
Nine.
Bien.
No, as in the
No.
German no. 'Cause-
No, yeah.
So a false, yeah. So it's fake news.
Fake
Fake news.
news.
False 9.
Fantastic.
Liam, start us with your favourite team names.
Yep, so the 3 that I picked were, one was Giroud Sandstorm, which is based on Darude Sandstorm.
Sandstorm from years ago. Ibiza Jude. And the Giroud connection again with you.
Yeah, mate, I've got to love my boy. Got to show him some love.
Respect.
My second one was one of my friends Simon, who's joined our league. His was Tony Blackburn Rovers.
Good one, Simon. I like that. Tony Blackburn.
Got
One of
off
the
book
favourites.
because.
Yes.
And the other one I picked was Toss My Salah, which when I was looking through today and I was in the library because I had to go print something off and I nearly burst out laughing when I read that because it was utter filth and I loved it. Toss My Salah.
Okay, that's Liam's filthy mind at work again. I'll play.
I'm sure that's what he was meaning.
Okay, Riz, do you want to do yours?
Yeah. So the first one I've gone for is Tabdili. This rings kind of a connection with myself purely because of all the elections in Pakistan. So for any of you that don't know what Tabdili means, or if you say it in an Asian language, Tabdili, it just basically means change or having a new direction of things.
Changes are coming.
Alterations and stuff like that. So it just depends because Pakistan is going through a big change. So that's one of the things that's always on there, and that definitely isn't fake news.
That is
Okay.
Mohammed Wasim.
Mohammed Wasim.
I forgot to put his
Yes.
name on there. I don't know why I
Mohammed
only
Wasim.
put the names on my teams, not yours, but they're sorry.
It's alright.
So
Make us look
Mohammed
ignorant, you know.
That was Mohammed Wasim who gave us the film.
Mohammed Wasim gave us that one. The next one I quite like, to be honest with you. So Ringa Jose.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So yeah,
Pocket
I
full of
just-
trophies.
yes, exactly.
It
And
was
then we
just-
all fall down.
Yes, that's the best part.
Worrying
Yes.
about everyone else around you here.
A tissue, because Josie's having a moan again.
No, that's Klopp having a moment.
Yeah.
I've been in 3 finals and I lost them all.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on. The next one, this is for you, Tariq. Hopefully one day you guys can do this. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Oh no. So yeah, them three. So them 3 are my 3 name picks. So
Very
guys,
good.
apologies, I haven't got your names next to these, but apart
Yeah,
from
that
Mohammed
was my
Wasim,
fault. I meant to put those on.
very good choices there. So well done.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna go, with mine, the first one. This one just, as soon as I was spinning down there, days ago, weeks ago, this one struck me straight away, caught my eye. R.I.P. MUFC 1978 to 2013. And the player is actually a United fan, I think. He's actually a United fan. Giggs Legend, he's called himself.
Yeah.
Giggs Legend, top name, RIP, MUFC, 1978 to 2003. So at least he's a realist. He's taken off his rose-tinted glasses.
No. There is no rules.
And he's joined the real
Is
world.
that not Giggs' playing career? Sorry, is that not Giggs?
No, is that not his
Giggs
name?
was born to
No.
when he retired.
Tariq, is that not his name?
Giggs
Is that not his
Legend.
name?
That's his
Yeah,
real
fair
name. Giggs Legend. Mr.
You
Legend.
put the names for the others. No.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which one?
My next one. The next 2 are a bit of a musical connection. And again, they caught my eye as well. Earth, Wind and Maguire.
Yes.
Quite like that one by Guy Sarfas.
Do you remember the very first time in September?
No.
No,
No, I don't. I don't. So sorry, lads.
So Earth, Wind and Maguire. And the last one, Trench Town.
I thought that was a really good name, but you beat me to it.
Yeah, Trench Town. Do you recognise that one?
No.
It's a Bob Marley tune. Not
Bobby
one of his,
Marley, man.
not one of his more well-known ones, but Trench Town. Yeah, we come from a trench town. Yeah, it's a good tune. Look it up.
No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, nothing special.
what I'm shaking my
And
head
I'm
to
hoping-
is your singing. I don't
Yeah,
want
okay,
that.
fair enough. My singing is awful. Yeah, Trench Town in Jamaica,
Yes.
which was probably a lovely place when Bob Marley wrote a song about it. But
Yeah.
apparently now is a real rough ghetto,
Yes.
and I would not want to go there.
Who was that by? Who sings
That was
that?
by Kibbit Towit.
Tawit.
So again, I'm hoping Kibbit Towit, you are from Jamaica. hopefully maybe even from Trenchtown. And not that I'll ever take up an invitation to come and visit you, but top name.
Yeah.
He might get robbed of his Liverpool shirt.
I think I think the only name that we sort of passed comment on in the group chat earlier was Rutland Weekend FC, which was a very 70s vibe.
What is it? Because I was curious about. I was going to say I've heard of a red car weekend, Steve. I'm wondering what a Rutland weekend involves.
Rutland Weekend is was set up after Python.
Was it?
So
Okay.
it's all
Okay.
Eric Idles and like the Ruttles.
Ah,
Right,
okay, I
okay,
see
yeah.
now, right, okay.
Okay. Anyway, fantastic names. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for getting in touch and continue on the Twitter handle as well, at Fulltime Banter 7. Like, share and subscribe. Let's keep getting you guys involved and we'll do our best to give shout outs and stuff.
Good bit of fun. I love our league. I love the names in it, and it's going to be good fun this season to see how we do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Back to serious business.
Very, very serious business.
Liam.
Yep, so Umad has sent us in his potential wildcard team that he's going to do. I don't think he's done it yet, has he?
He hasn't.
Hasn't done it yet?
He's,
so
he's contemplating it.
Umad is,
fingers on the trigger.
Yes. Whoa. Slow down.
Tiger.
I didn't mean literal. Like.
No, him.
Oh, right, I thought you meant me. I was like,
No, him.
I'm not
Slow
advocating
down with
that.
the wild card. Why are you already considering a wild card team? It's only week 1.
Numero
Yes.
uno.
Yeah, so he sent us some questions as well, asking about potential advice that we could give. So one of them was Mane and Salah double up. I don't know what they're like in a hotel together, but
They double up really well, I can tell you, because they were in my team, and I don't know why you haven't done it already. Yeah.
and I think with them two as well, if one plays the ball to the other and they score, you get both of them. Them two
Yeah.
and Firmino always rotating, so any two of those
Any
three,
combination.
any
yeah.
combo of those three, I think would be good.
This is Liverpool. We're going to win the league, Liz.
I know you've said that many.
Maybe.
I know you've said that many a
Move on.
time. I
Move
know
on,
you
Liam. Next
keep
one.
saying that time and time again.
Is it worth
We'll
it?
see.
I think it is.
I would
Yeah.
say so.
The-
Yeah.
Statistically, the worst combination of Liverpool players is Mane and Firmino.
Firmino.
And I say worst, they provide the least returns, but they still provide you returns.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but
So
in terms of a
budget
midfield
constraints,
midfield pairing, like I said, we'll just be mindful, be
Yeah.
cautious. It is worth it, but
Yeah.
be cautious.
So the other thing he's asked is Raheem Sterling worth bringing into our teams now rather than later in the season, where rotation is more likely to happen? I think the first point on that is, which we discussed previously, especially about City's midfield, is it's absolutely awash with players at the minute, and we're not quite sure who's going to be. Well, we know De Bruyne's not going to be playing because he's injured. But apart from that, it could be any combination in any given week, really. So
There's if you ask me right now, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely right now. If you asked me if KDB wasn't injured, I would have said no. Irrespective of how we played in game week 1, Sterling, because we know Sterling can go missing in games at times. But given that KDB isn't there, what Pep's going to do a lot more, in my opinion anyway, I think, he's going to exploit Sterling's pace. He's going to try and get in behind. And then the real rotation is going to be with Aguero and Jesus there. Because what he's potentially going to do, he's going to have to build an option at the back, whether he brings in Bernard Silva and David Silva together in that midfield to give that expression of passes and that range, or whether he drops Mahrez into central, because Mahrez can play central as well, just behind the striker as well if he wants. So you've got plenty of options, but Sterling I think is going to be used for his pace, because he needs to get into spaces and exploit it, in my opinion.
And
So it's worth it.
if he's only playing one striker up front in the World Cup,
Yeah.
Sterling did a bit of a similar role as a second, not a full-on second striker, but he did a
But
similar
I would
job.
say hold on, and this is his last question, isn't it? He's asking when is it suitable to play the wild card?
I think we both agree. I think Liam probably agree with this as well. But my take is after the international break,
Between week 4 and 5. that
yes,
is, isn't
between
it?
week 4 and 5, and purely that's because if you start making changes now and then you realise either your players are gonna get taken out with injuries or they're gonna come back and they're not gonna really be getting starts, or the teams are gonna rotate once they're there, then you don't want to have yourself in a predicament where the value of players has gone up. You've made these changes and then you've realised, hang on a minute, they're not there, so then you're losing. So you might be going for informed players, and this is one of the things a lot of people do. They go for informed players whose 0.1, 0.2 million increase, and then what they try and do is they try and incorporate lesser players and then they end up messing their team up because they've already
Yeah.
got players in, and they take them out, which then reduces the value of their overall team. So be mindful of that. International break, I would say. I don't know what you guys think.
I think I've already mentioned this. We mentioned this on previous shows. So he sent in his team for us to rate, and I'm not going to give you a thorough answer because looking at it quickly, yes, it's a good team. We've picked up on a couple of issues, maybe Hamer, maybe the Pickford and Hamer, none of us are fans of. Yeah, as you've just heard us say.
Yeah.
I've got Pickford in my team though, so.
But that aside, the rest of the team looks good. But the point being is, it is far too early to be thinking about your wildcard team now, because if you follow our suggestion and wait till the international break, so 4 game weeks out of the way, got 4 weeks worth of data and information, and then in that international break, then use your wild card if you really want to for game week 5, and then bring in the form players then.
But
then you'll have a better idea of.
and then
what's happening.
also on the back of that, have a look at the fixtures. Be
So,
mindful.
Yeah, no, far too early for a wild card. Yeah, I don't know why you're even considering it, because I think he had a good game week as well. He didn't have a poor game week.
No,
Yeah.
I thought
So
you
he's
would.
just got time in his hands by the looks of it. Yeah.
No, but it's
Find
good.
something else
Keep
to
them
do.
coming in because it gives us something to talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
And also it's kind of debate for everyone else out there because, well, listen, we're not going to make the right decisions all the time.
Yeah.
And it's good because clearly some of our kind of guests, I'd call them in our league that have joined, you can see the differences in the certain players who've got differentiators. Like someone went for Mane as captain, 32 points.
Yeah.
How many of us would have thought of that at the beginning, thinking it's a bit risky? Some people play bench boost, so it's hit and miss.
It is. So we'll leave it at that. I'm gonna ask you quick 1 sentence, 2 sentence answers now. A, any transfers this week for you, and B, who's your captain? Liam.
Transfer this week, possibly Jones. Might keep him on the bench because I do like to have them both. Captain will probably, it'll be one of Silva, Salah or Aguero.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Salah or Aguero. Okay.
I'm guessing Salah or Aguero, but
Really? Yeah. Okay. No, fine. Fair enough. That's fine.
So,
trying to psych me out already. Paper cuts in a minute.
Riz.
slash him.
Any transfers?
Hopefully no changes, barring any injuries to any premium players.
Yeah.
Very much doubt because I want to hold on to the next week. Captain wise, I'm probably going to stick with Salah. Most likely, it is against Crystal Palace. We have talked about the tough defence they have, but right now I can't see a better choice within my team. So I'll probably just stick with him for now. What about yours?
Mine, no transfers. So again, same as you, rolling over 2 transfers, banking them for next week. Captain, now, I had made my mind up based on what clues Pep gives in his press conference, which is hopefully tomorrow. It's Friday tomorrow, isn't it? Yes. So based on what Pep says in his press conference, Aguero. That's what.
What a rubbish idea for a captain.
Huddersfield.
Laughing
Playing
at me.
against Huddersfield. isn't it?
Huddersfield at home.
You're laughing at me, that's still.
They could have a party, no?
Yeah.
obviously,
No.
Yeah, I want to give it. Oh, here's a bit of a leftism for you, Mendy.
I do like.
Yeah.
De Gea got a lot of my captaincy last season
Yeah.
for clean sheets and.
Because Mendy, that 16 points was Mendy away from home.
Yeah.
What's Mendy at home gonna be? Yeah, he's just gonna have an absolute ball.
Mendy is very good within that side, but the only thing that you need to take into consideration, and this is me just being cynical again, and I like to throw these curveballs out there just for your own considerations, is if they concede, because we know at
That
some
just means he's got to score a hat trick.
exactly, but that's what
Pressure's
I'm
on
saying.
you,
But that's
Benji.
what I'm saying. So from a defensive point of view, it is good sometimes, but
Yeah.
all it takes is
I know what you mean.
one moment of.
But he's not just a defender, is he?
He isn't.
And yeah, there's every chance he won't reproduce that. But it's just a silly thought in my head. at the
I
moment.
like doing it
Yeah.
on occasion, not every week, but
Yeah.
I do like.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna see what he says in the press conference, because going back to what he's saying about earlier about Jesus as well, I think home against Huddersfield, he might even experiment with his 3-5-2 that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and play the fullbacks, and if he does, Did you see where Mendy's average touches were
Absolutely.
in that match? Next to Bernardo Silva.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
In the middle.
There was Bernardo Silva, there was Mendy. Yeah, he spent all of the match in the...
Because they press high, they press very high. And
so imagine him playing as a wing back in a 3-5-2.
And this is why I was saying with the creativity of City's team and the depth they have, even without KDB. And I know I've heard a lot of people say like KDB is going to be a miss and KDB is going to be this and he's going to be that. Honestly speaking, I don't think he is going to be. Listen, he's great, he's fantastic, but that City team could do without.
They can deal with it.
You know, and they've got enough strength of depth, and that's what I was saying. Like he's got options. He can play, like you said, 3-5-2. Jesus Aguero up front. Mahrez dropping slightly deeper, playing off the strikers, possibly bringing in Gundogan, possibly playing Silva together in the middle. It's worked. It's played it before.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
See, it's all interesting, all very good.
Yeah.
Excited to see what happens this weekend. Any
Very much.
final points anybody wants to bring up, mention?
Nah, I'm just gonna just chill out this week and no changes. So just relax, sit back, and hopefully enjoy a feast of points. Go with the flow.
Yeah, that's the only other thing I'll say to you is if you've had a really good week, don't expect the same next week. If you've had a really bad week, don't be too worried.
Unless you're my friend Subhan.
But even then, because what we mentioned in our very first show, if you go back and watch it, if you haven't seen it, we had people in our league last year who joined 2 weeks late and finished above.
They battered, yeah.
Yeah, so it means nothing. It means nothing. And there is actually one person who joined the league this week as well. So yeah, don't panic. It's only one game week. If you had a good one, fine, brilliant. You know, it's going to even itself out somewhere. And if you had a bad one, hopefully...
Yeah, no, Subhan, trust me, you've got time to make it up, mate. Now is the time possibly to...
Because it was a bit of a freaky week. Strikers did
Oh,
nothing.
he said it. He's
Freaky.
gone there.
But in a positive way.
Just the 1 week he's taken
In a
it.
positive way, because number of factors. Strikers did nothing.
Defensively,
nine
got more
defenders
points.
had double figures, and all the internationals played unexpectedly.
That was
Well, Miguel did tell you he had KDB in there, and he did tell
They
you.
all played, but did they all perform?
Not all of them.
No. So
But they did play.
they did play. Yeah. So that was a shock for me. Yes, we didn't expect them to play until game week 2 or 3.
Definitely.
But they played, but they didn't really perform. So, hope you've enjoyed it.
I sure have. Definitely.
Yeah, it's
definitely.
been good fun today.
I think all segments have been brilliant.
Yeah.
Even though I said myself.
Please watch all 3.
It took me on home.
Give us your feedback. And particularly, you've got to watch out for Liam's impressions if you haven't already. They're fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, have fun. Have a good game week.
T, just
We
before you
shall
go,
see
can you
ya.
do the alley again?
The what?
Can you do the alley again?
Yes. There we go. Yeah.
I can't even do it.
Okay.
Fred Scuttle.
Yeah, so be having fun.
He's trying to skip that one.
Having fun.
Saj, you would love this.
Enjoy
Come
your
on.
game week, and we will see you next week.